Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Kindly watch, subscribe, like and share and get to learn new recipes. So for our cheesecake base, we're going to be using biscuits, crumbled biscuit with some butter. So I have my normal biscuits here. I have put them in this bag. I have weighed them. They are about 120 to 130 grams. So this is 126. Fine. We're supposed to have 120 grams, but the extra 6 grams is fine. Okay. So I am going to use my wooden stick to crush these biscuits. If you have a food processor, better for you to use. So I'll just crush them until they are well crushed so that we can use it for our cake, which is crushed biscuit. You can use any biscuit you have. So you can just take a cup or something and then crush them. You want them to be finely crushed. I had already pre-crushed my biscuits, so I just want to crush them more to get them to a fine grind. So in this process, you can use any type of biscuit you have, digestive biscuit, whole cut biscuit, it's all the same. So we just want to prepare our base first, and I already have my melted butter here, 60 grams melted butter, and here my biscuit, I have weighed them 120 grams. So I'm just going to crush them a little more to get it into a fine texture. You can use a piece of cup to do this, or you can take a piece of bag, like a plastic bag, put your whole biscuits there inside and crush them with a wooden spoon so that you can get into the size. But if you have a food processor, it is easier for you to use. So our biscuits are fine enough. So I'm just going to start by adding I'm going to add my butter, my melted butter, 60 grams to my biscuit, and then I'm going to give this a good mix. So just use your spoon, give it a good mix. So you will find the full recipe down below in the description box. You will find all the ingredients with their exact measurements, so kindly check down the description box. You're going to find the full recipe. Okay, now that our butter and our biscuits are well mixed, we are going to take our baking pan. So you want it to be like this. This is how you want it when you mix your biscuit with your butter. Okay, so I'm going to take I will take my cake pan here. I'll be using this pan to make my cake, and then a little bit of butter, just grease it with butter so that it will not stick when you want to remove after you have baked your cake. So this is a little piece of butter. I'll just do this. Same as to the sides of the pan, so that your cake will not stick, your cheesecake will not stick on the pan after you've baked it when you want to remove it. So you're just going to grease it all sides. Now our pan is ready. So first of all, we will be adding in our biscuit. And then line it up well. line it, make it leveled on all sides, and give it a good press. So after lining your cake and just ensuring that you have pressed it well and it is well leveled, this is how it's supposed to be looking like. Just use your spoon, apply some pressure on it just to make it all level. You need to have all sides well leveled. Well, that is based on the tin that you're using to bake. Just give it a good press. Apply some pressure. So that is how it's supposed to look like. Since we had already greased our sides with butter, now we are going to use our baking paper to line it on the sides. Just cut the right size. So you're going to take your baking paper and you're going to line them on the sides. Just cut the right size of paper to fit your baking dish. So this is my paper. I'm just going to line it on the side. Don't forget to grease your pan before, guys. Line it on the side. So our baking dish is ready. Line on the side. It's ready. So we'll just So to the next step of our cheesecake, we are going to first of all weigh our sugar. We are going to weigh 120 grams of sugar. So we'll just weigh it in. 120 grams. Set it aside. And then we are going to be mixing this with our cream cheese. So as we're using Philadelphia cream cheese, this is how our cream cheese looks like. So I will add 400 grams of cream cheese. And then next we are going to be using our whisk and we are going to be creaming these two together first of all. So I'll set my scale aside and then whisk these two together. Once your cream cheese with sugar is well mixed, we're going to go in next by adding in our sour cream. If you do not have sour cream, you can substitute this with plain yogurt and heavy cream. So I'm just going to use my scale again. So I'll be using my plain yogurt. I will just weigh this in 100 grams of plain yogurt. And then I'll be adding in, first of all, we will add in 100 grams of heavy cream, whipping cream, heavy whipping cream. You can use any brand you like. Grams. We're going to again mix this together. Just give it a good mix. So we're just going to add in our mixture inside here, our cream cheese mixture. Spread it out well. Just ensure that you make it flat on top so that it will cook evenly. So with your spatula, just try and flatten it out. Flatten it out well with your spatula. Okay, now for the final step, we're just going to tap our cake on our surface so that it levels out. So we are going to level out our cake just so that it can cook out evenly. Make it flat and leveled on all sides. Okay, now for the final step, we're just going to tap our cake. So that it can be well leveled. And then I'm going to take my other cake pan or whatever tray that you have that your baking, the baking dish that you're using can fit in. Place it down like that. You should have preheated your oven at 180 degrees Celsius. We are going to be cooking at that temperature for the first 30 minutes. And then, so after baking your cake, this is how it's looking like. This is the final result. So after you have baked your cake for the required time, the time is at down below the description box. You're going to leave your cake to stay in your oven for 1 extra hour and then remove it, and then you're going to cover it and let it cool. When it has cooled, we're going to refrigerate it. So we're going to put it in a deep freezer and leave it to rest or to chill for 6 hours. So now we're going to remove. I've already left mine to chill for 6 hours, and this is the end result. So we're going to remove the foil and the baking paper. So we are going to be making sauce for our cheesecake. I have my fresh frozen raspberry here and half a piece of lemon and my sugar. So I'm going to put my raspberries here. You can weigh about 200 grams. Just making a sauce for our cheesecake. So we have our raspberry there. We are going to squeeze in lemon juice. Squeeze in your lemon juice. I'll just remove this. And then you're going to be adding 1 tablespoon of, I'll be using this tablespoon, 1 tablespoon of sugar. 1 tablespoon, put it there. So we're going to microwave this for about 3 minutes until it becomes liquid and the sugar dissolves, and then remove. Or you can use your pan, boil it in your pan, boil for a few minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, until it becomes thick, and then remove. So after microwaving it for 5 minutes, I added 1 more tablespoon of sugar. I wanted it to be more sweeter. So if you like it like the way it was with 1 tablespoon, proceed. But I added 1 tablespoon of sugar for it to be more sweeter. So this is how your sauce should look like. Now next thing we are going to do is we are going to strain it to remove the seeds from our raspberries. So I'm just going to take in another plate here. 1 plate. I'm going to put my sieve there and just pour in my sauce. Pour in my sauce, and with my spatula I'm just going to remove all the juice from this. We just want to remove the seeds from our sauce. After you are done, this is how your final sauce should look like. You can now serve this with your cheesecake.